Ever been hurt so bad that it makes you sick? Ever love someone and hate someone at the same time? Like you want to be close and take care of someone even if it makes you feel like you're getting ripped apart on the inside? I fucking feel bad for you if you have, but that's life. These were the kind of feelings I had for the better half of a year. I was already going through having to leave my family, friends, and city to move to a college I would eventually drop out of, among other things. So, no job, no friends, went through a devastating breakup. Yeah, I'm starting this video out in the most positive light, I know. And with all these things happening to me at this time in my life, it was hard to see a point in living anymore. Like everyone was against me, the universe was against me, despite all my efforts. How emo, but everyone I'm sure can relate to points in their lives that produce feelings exactly like this. And yes, there are so many more people out there going through so much worse than what I was going through. And I realized this, and it made me feel even worse. Why do I feel like this when others have it so much worse, and yet I still feel like this? Questions of why any of this could happen would constantly parade my mind. I would see or hear things that remind me of my schooling or my ex or my family, and my mind would snowball into a downward spiral. As one does when extremely depressed, wallowing in my own self-pity, I tune into the usual content I would watch on YouTube at the time. Game Grumps. Something to turn my brain off to. They helped me get through my junior and senior year of college before I dropped out at the end. But just like everything else with depression, I started to get used to them, and their content just became a habit for me. Like I wouldn't watch it out of excitement for a new video or anything anymore. It's nothing against Game Grumps, it just became that way for me. However, during this time, my brother introduced me to another channel. The one and the only, the man, Simple Flips. I know, quite therapeutic. Shoutouts to Simple Flips. Soon his content came to be my habit, though a bit more exciting because he was new, but it wasn't anything groundbreaking. However, in the midst of watching and falling asleep to his live streams, I noticed he had another obsession besides Super Mario 64 ROM hacks. He loved Tetris, and he was raving about a new Tetris game coming out called Tetris Effect. The name derives from what happens when you play too much Tetris and start hallucinating tetrominos everywhere you look. Then you start developing OCD because you can never complete a real-life Tetris and have a mental breakdown. It's a great name for a video game. As a preface, I've never been a huge Tetris fan. It's just never grabbed me. My dad used to play it on the Game Boy when I was a kid and would do well enough to blast the rocket into the Tetromino moon. That's the extent of my memories for it. Then I looked up Tetris Effect and saw that it was developed by Tetsuya Mizuguchi, the same guy who made the ultra-hip, critically acclaimed games such as Space Channel 5, Rez, Lumines, and Child of Eden. All games I never played, but I heard a lot about them. I thought if I was ever going to get into Tetris, it would have to be this over-the-top version of it. Over the time I look up playthroughs and see Simple Flips do a few streams of it, then I slowly start to feel excited to play the game. I don't know why, maybe the excitement of seeing the Buttmaster so ecstatic to play this game was infectious, as well as seeing his respectable playing ability. One day I walk into a GameStop in my usual foggy state of depression, trying to go outside, and see that it's $40 full price. Rather than believe that it wasn't worth it or that I didn't deserve it like I normally would, I thought, you know what, I want it, fuck it, and bought it right then. The game came out near my birthday, so I considered it a personal gift. That bit of excitement I had to play it was enough for me to break through that self-deprecation. I played it a bit and put it down, for a couple months actually. But then I picked it back up and I don't know what happened, but Tetris finally captured me. It was the first time I actually wanted to do something and felt excited for it in months. You can talk about the music, the visuals, or the journey mode's unique pacing, but I believe it really was the gameplay most of all, married with all these aspects that clicked with me. I would look forward to playing Tetris Effect every day, looking up videos on how to perform T-spin doubles and T-spin triples, setups for the Imperial Cross, the Albatross, how to improve my finesse, and watch Tetris legends battle each other in Tetris championships.
Boom, Tetris for Jeff.
I never got good at any of these things, but I still did my research out of excitement. And when you're depressed, that's an amazing thing. During all of this, all of that shit I mentioned at the beginning of this video was for once not in the forefront of my mind. I was not constantly thinking about how I fucked up my life and how depressed I felt because of those choices. I couldn't be. I needed to improve my T-spins to get better ranks in journey mode. Tetris required so much focus from me to improve that I was finally able to clear my mind and enter the zone. It really was amazing, considering I was always so tired and felt nothing most of the time. I mean, everything I had interest in, I just didn't have any interest in anymore. It was like I was gone. Sometimes I would just lay in bed because I just felt nothing, or sleep because it made time move faster. Tetris Effect literally pulled me out of the quicksand, gave me something to look forward to and improve on every day. More than a habit, it was a routine. I felt like I was improving and doing something good for myself. Even if it was just the fact that I finally, for once, wanted to do something without forcing it. That routine of doing something positive for yourself every day, even if it's something as simple as bathing and brushing your teeth every morning, it really works wonders on your mental health. Tetris is a deceptively simple game. It's unbelievably easy to clear lines, especially in modern Tetris. And it might be even easy to get at Tetris. But to set yourself up to get consistent back-to-back Tetrises, T-spins, and screen clears, that's the challenge. The challenge is anticipating where your next block, and then the next block, and then the next block will be, all while at high speeds. Like making your own complete puzzle as fast as possible. Tetris is the definition of simple to learn, difficult to master. I think this aspect, much like other difficult games like Dark Souls, Devil May Cry, and Celeste, to name a few, makes such an impact on people when they actually dedicate time to improve in these games. Leaving story and context out of this, it's that in order to get good at all, you can't even afford time to think about anything else. No time to worry about how someone did you wrong, about how lonely you are, about how you're going to pay rent, about how much of a failure you are because that's what society tells you. It's just you and your current task, nothing else. It's an amazing feeling. This excitement was the catalyst to give me motivation to job seek more seriously, to make new friends, and be there for my brother, who had the impossibly difficult task of helping me through this time in my life. I am grateful for him. Just like anything else in life, anything creative can change it. It's not about whether you should go to therapy or not, or that other things are more helpful than others. It's more about being open to change and acting on opportunities. Don't get stuck in your ways and fall deeper and deeper into a rut of depression. Tetris Effect came into my life at a time when I needed my mind to be completely occupied. But this will not work for everyone. Seek help, but also seek and accept opportunities when you see them. Because when it comes to depression, your worst enemy is yourself. This is just an opinion piece about my experience with Tetris Effect. It's by no means a substitute for real counseling and therapy. If you're having a real problem, reach out and seek help. Never give up. You will make it through this. Thank you for watching.